What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back. We are back for a whole new episode review of The Shy. This is season 3, episode 2, and baby, this episode was cute. Okay, I'm gonna have to give it to him. So far, I'm liking the season. Even though it's only 2 episodes in, I'm liking the season. So I'm just gonna take it. What's easier for me right now to do these episodes is to take it case by case, or I should say, character by character. This episode, like this season, is about to be Insecure. Went off a couple of weeks ago, and throughout the whole thing of Insecure, we was looking for Latoya. Okay, they found Latoya. They better find Keisha on here. It in turn to looking for Keisha up on here. Okay, because at this point we don't know where Keisha at. The episode starts off with Kevin in her room, and just going over some stuff and finding an old purse of hers, and it brought back some memories when they was driving in the car with their mom, and Keisha in the back seat on the phone. Let me tell you something. I don't feel comfortable being on the phone like that. With my mama up in the car or whatever, talking about my business and all that stuff. No, and I'm old too. I'm grown. I'm real grown. Keisha was a teen or whatever. She on there talking about, yeah, Drake fine or whatever. He can dance too and all that stuff. I said, really? Can he? Okay, when he appropriating everybody accents. But all right, that's what teenagers do, whatever young girls do and all that stuff. She talking on the phone with her friend, Kevin, trying to figure out if his mama up there eating his fries or not. Child, that took me back. Y'all remember those times when we was younger and mamas used to go to the drive-thru at McDonald's or whatever and keep the bag of food up there with her and do dipping and dabbing in it, and we in the back seat like, damn, bitch, my stomach hurt too because I'm hungry. Can you at least pop me a half a fry if you want to be generous? But at this point, he looking at Keisha. She popped something out that looked like a little packet that could have been some Altoids or whatever. I'm sorry for the lighting or whatever. We just deal, okay? But he wound up going in her purse and taking one of the things, the pills or whatever. Come to find out, it wasn't, because he was like, ew, what is this? What is this? It was some birth control pills. That's what it was, okay? And so at this point, they back there fighting or whatever, and Kevin was not trying to put her on blast like that because he didn't really know what the pills were or whatever. But the mama was like, what y'all back there fighting for? What y'all doing? And all this stuff and woo woo woo. Next thing you know, we see Keisha and her mom outside the car, and they're fighting. Well, not fighting, they're having an argument because Keisha's mom had no idea that she was taking birth control and that she went on ahead and got those birth control pills without her knowledge. And so while they're out there fighting, Kevin out there eating the food, she come back in, and it's a testament to their bond because siblings fights or whatever, and sometimes once we get them in trouble, we do feel a little bad. Some of us, okay, especially if it's not intentional, and we see that all on Kevin's face. All right. And so now, they're trying to get Kevin to go back to school, whatever. He's getting ready to go to school. We see Kevin go over there to we see Doodah. Okay, we just gonna go over there to Doodah. Doodah talking to that big nigga. Is his name Big Mike? That big nigga, okay, the one that's scary, all right, with the fucked up teeth. Listen, in the cornrows from 2020, 2000, okay. He pulled the 99 to 2000 right back up in 2020, okay. Listen, I said, baby, it's time to let them go, okay. Let them go. But he was over there with Doodah and talking about what's going on with Luke and the fact that he back because at the end of the last week's episode, Luke had one of his people's his money taken from him. Okay, and so he know that he gonna be a problem and he not finna go away anytime soon. Jake brought his ass up in there. Okay. Jake brought his ass in there, was playing with the ball. The ball fell. It rolled over there to them. And Doodah looking like, bitch, ain't this some shit? Now, you know the rules up in here, whatever. First of all, you know the rules up in my goddamn house. Take your motherfucking sneakers off my motherfucking floor. I said, hold up. Hold up. Doodah Dad was angry. He was like, you like sleeping here? You like staying here? You know the goddamn rule. This is like the third time. I said, calm down, Doodah. Didi, stop it. Stop it, Didi. Okay? You know, I said he is cute. He is cute going off on this little boy. But you know, you gotta teach him some discipline. Now see, I'm really, really I'm confused as to what Doodah is going to have in store for Jake, because he can be grooming him to take over his business, or he can just be grooming him to be a good kid, a responsible adult in a legal aspect of things. Now we don't know if he gonna try to have him, you know, take over his he see potential in him and have him take over his empire once he gets older, raise him like his own son or whatever, or we gonna have him out there in the streets, watching over his street business. We don't know if it's gonna be legal, illegal, or nothing. We don't know at this point. But back to Kevin. Kevin sees his mom and Dre over there at the school, you know, talking to the teachers. That he's seeing them coming out the building because they were just up there talking to the teacher, principals, or whatever, trying to figure out where Keisha at, because at this point in time, Keisha has been gone for the whole weekend. All right. Keisha has been gone for a couple of days, I should say. And they don't know what's going on. The teacher said that she hasn't been up in her classes for a while or whatever. And I ain't really like the principal response and all that stuff and I get where she coming from, because she was like, you know, why didn't you tell me, and why didn't you let me know that she hasn't been coming to school and all this stuff? And the principal was like, well, technically speaking, it's up to you to be up on top of your kids and what they doing. That is true, but these kids are sneaky and we'll think that they going to school or whatever, and they're really not. So how is that really 100% the parents' fault? I didn't like that response, okay? And then come to find out, Keisha ain't really been in some of her classes like that. She's been skipping some classes and all that, you know. And so they basically was like, we'll let you know if we hear some stuff. That's when Kevin see Dre and his mama Nina come out, and they talking about the whole thing because they're worried at this point. They're literally worried, you know. Kevin stays out there until it's time for the school to let out, because he wanted to talk to one of Keisha's friends, Malaysia. Because earlier when he was up in her room, he got on her computer and started, you know, looking at her text messages that was connected to her Mac. And, you know, it's a whole bunch of text messages that was going unresponded. People asking where she at, girl, you supposed to do this. And one of the last messages was from Malaysia. Malaysia was supposed to pick her up. Beyonce posted. Hold on one second. Malaysia. I'll read that later. That's a lot of stuff to read, girl. Anybody got time for that? But, they was supposed to link up that Sunday night when they left, when she left to go see Nook. Okay, so Kevin trying to get some information out of her, you know, about her boyfriend. All I know, he fuck around with the 63rd Street niggas over there, okay? You know, that's all I know. She didn't come over there and pick me up like she was supposed to. All these Keishas is faking and they flocking and all that stuff. And it was like, what you mean, Keisha? No, Keisha's with an S, okay? Because she was supposed to come hit me up and she never hit me up or whatever. And it was like, well, do you got her boyfriend number? She was like, listen, what I look like with her nigga phone number in my phone? I ain't that type of bitch. And when she said that, I said, yes, girl, I love that. I said, that's some real shit. Okay, you ain't finna get me caught up. Why I need her nigga phone up in there? Okay, we ain't on that type of shit. We ain't sister wives, okay? So he trying to figure it out. He go over there to Jake. Asking them about, you know, do he know who Nook is and all that stuff and where he work at. And come to find out, all the kids work at the Otis Perry's little thing, or they volunteering or whatever. So that's cute. They got them a little summer job and all that. And basically what wound up happening is, at this point, I think Jake does get some information. He gets some information about where old boy at, where he stays, and, you know, him, Papa, and Kevin, they trying to figure out if they're going to go. Now, of course, Papa is not for it because they're scared or whatever. But at first, you know, I don't know if Jake was really going to go. But then he got a visit from his brother, Luke, okay? And Luke was having this conversation with him and was basically like, you want to come with me? You remember me and all this stuff. And At first, it was a little bit of tension between them, and of course, Jake was a little bit apprehensive. And I'm glad that Jake actually did remember who Luke was, okay? And Luke started telling him how, I used to take you and your friends up to Six Flags every summer. You used to want to get on the Viper, but you weren't so tall enough to get on it, and blue, blue, blue. Maybe we should, if you want me to go, I go. Okay, if you want me to go, I'll go. You know what I'm saying? And you'll never see me or hear from me again. And if you don't, we can try to work on this relationship or whatever. So Jake surprisingly said, "Nah, you ain't gotta leave. We can, take baby steps and to see what's going on with this." And I was like, "Oh shit, Jake, that's a mature comment from you." Okay, I was like, "All right, I'm liking this." So getting on that. That's when Jake comes back in there, and they was like, "Okay, if you gonna go down there to see Nook, we gonna go down there and see Nook with you." So they wind up going down there to see Nook, and the episode ends. This is how the episode ends. It ends with the kids on the porch, and Nook, I guess this is Nook, and they asking Kevin was big and bad. Kevin said, "At this point in time, I don't give a shit because my sister is missing. She did not come home. It's going on day 3, probably day 4. They got the cops there. First the cops come up in there and it was like, well, she probably got a new boyfriend. That's what usually happen." And I did not like that attitude of the cops because that's what be happening out here. Y'all heard about that story. I don't know if it was what state it was, but it was the video been circulating about these 2 black girls that was missing, and they was trying to tell the cops, and the cops wouldn't say nothing. It literally looks like, there we go. The cops wasn't saying nothing or whatever, one trying to put out an Amber Alert or whatever, and the community got together and found them at this sexual predator house or whatever, and they was hauling kids up out of there and all that shit, trying to put them in vans and stuff. Yes, they don't give a fuck, and that's what they showing, that they really don't care about black women, or especially black kids in general, but especially black women, when they go missing. And it was a woman, black cop that was just like, "Well, yeah, my daughter did the same thing. She got her little boyfriend, didn't want to talk to me and all that stuff. Give her a couple more days. That's all that it is." And I was like, that nonchalant attitude just irked my spirit real bad. And then next thing you know, I don't know if that was the same black cop that was there, but come to find out, because Dre went down there to where Ronnie say that and found her cell phone, and now they realize that she really is missing, because these day and age, what teenage girl, no matter what nationality, culture, whatever, who has phones, who gonna go without their phone? All right. And now they can't track the phone because the phone is all messed up and they found it or whatever. And at this point, now she's missing. So back to Kevin up there talking to Nook. He was like, trying to get up in the house. "Is Keisha up in there?" "Man, Keisha ain't up in here." Okay. And he said, "How do I know you lying?" He was like, "I don't gotta tell you shit." And Kevin tried to roll up in the house, and he pushed him back. And he pulled the gun out on Kevin. And Kevin was like, "That's supposed to scare me, bitch." I was like, damn, Kevin, that's how you do it. Okay. He right. I love their relationship. I really do. I love the way this show in particular shows the way that they put the relationships together, and they shows the closeness and the dissension between certain people. I love the way they display that. But that's how it ended. We don't know if Keisha's really in there, if Nook had anything to do with it. It left us on a cliffhanger. Speaking of Ronnie out here, still drinking. He dumpster diving, looking for cans and stuff, because Miss Ethel house got shut down. Like, can't nobody come on the property, so we don't know where Miss Ethel went to, and now we found out Ronnie sleeping out on the streets. Okay. And that's where he found the phone at. The phone was in one of his homies out there on the street. And I was just like, wow, how low he's sunken, and has he ever really been up high though? And I don't even think that this is his rock bottom, because Ronnie actually likes living where he's at, because he gets respect out there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But let's get to Emmett. Okay. Let's get to Emmett. Emmett has a relationship with his baby mama Tiffany. Okay, that's the one that he's staying with, or I should say, is staying with her, with him, with his youngest child. And one of his older children, the darker girl, who does she remind me of? She remind me of Niecy from God, being Mary Jane, she remind me of her for some reason. For some reason, they got the same demeanor and attitude and everything. But you know, I like her. I like her vibe and everything. She be giving it to Emmett. Okay. She called him over to do a little catering job for one of her friends, gender revealed or whatever. And, you know, giving him the flux about, you know, seeing his son, the son, I do love the relationship, showing that the son missed him and all that stuff. And he was like, that's my son, that's my son. She was like, oh, so when he in your presence, that's your son. But when he with me, that's just my kid. I said, okay, you know, I give you that. You know, she got a right to feel the way that she want to feel. But, you know, he trying to get her out the kitchen so that he can get prepared for this gig. Now, the whole time I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. Now, and even the baby mama was like, I heard about the stuff that was happening because, you know, my cousin was at the wedding and they said that shit was nasty. The food was dry as hell and you needed some more seasoning, needed some this, needed some that. And he was like, but did your cousin tell you that she had like 2 plates going on 3? Okay, cool. And so when old girl left, I was like, Emmy, now how you gonna pull this off? You finna serve them nasty ass food, flavorless food, seasonless food. What is going on? Postmates, a whole bunch of restaurants to come in. Mind you, he would have got away with it if it wasn't so popular. The most popular restaurants that everybody that's there has already been to. Okay, because they was sitting there eating the food. They was like, "Yeah, this so and so ribs. Oh shit, this is it. I know this. This is good." So the baby mama looking like, "Ain't this about a bitch?" Now, if I wanted to, I didn't pay you to fucking come here and cater and buy some stuff. I could have did that myself. He was like, but you know, everybody happy, so it is what it is. You know, and when they did that gender reveal and he come to find out that her friend was having twins, the way that the friend reacted, that shit was hilarious. She was like, no, I'm about to have 4 kids now. The fuck? Okay. That shit was funny. Meanwhile, you know, Emmy doing his thing. Jada out here, his mother, she's out here, you know, going on a little blind speed date type of situation because she's trying to get out there, trying to get somebody, you know what I'm saying, trying to get love doing or whatever. And I feel like Jada, it would have been me, okay, at a certain extent, because this is why I don't talk to people and I just let them come up to me, start the conversation or whatever. And then once we start the conversation, I start getting I get my confidence about myself. Like I don't feel like I'm confident enough to come and talk to somebody and just be like, hey shawty, or hey Miss Lady, how you doing? You know, I just want to say that you look really nice and I would like to get to know you better, whatever. I don't have that type of confidence to come up to nobody and to say that, especially when I'm not sure if they're, you know, gay or whatever. But at this point, Jada doing a little speed dating. You know, the first with the white boy. The white boy said that he got cats. He got this. He got that. She said, listen, I hate cats. You know, dogs are so much better. Cats really acting stuck up and stuff like that. I don't, no. That's why, you know, the Egyptians didn't really mess with them like that. I said, is that true? Is that true? Because cats all up in Egyptian history and stuff. But okay, Jada, teach me something that I didn't know. You know? And that didn't work out. Then this other black boy come up there who was younger than her. And when he finds out that she was a grandmother, he got turned off. He was asking what some hobbies that she had. She was like, oh my God, I don't even know if I really got hobbies. Like, is a sleep a hobby? No. I said, oh, rude. Okay. You know, so that didn't work. Then this Asian guy comes up. And they were vibing a little bit up until, you know, she put out there that she had grandkids. She put out there, you know, she was a little awkward or whatever. But then she asked him, so what part of Asia are you from? Where are you from? And he was like, Lincoln Park, out here in Chicago, North Side. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. So where are your parents from? He was like, they're also from Lincoln Park. She was like, you know what? Oh my God. See, I can't believe that I'm doing this. I'm just messing this whole thing up. And he was just trying to tell her, just be yourself. That's all you have to do. Calm it down. Okay. So was it me or did I think that, was I the only one that thought Darnell ass was going to pop up in that bitch? I really thought that Darnell was going to pop up in that. I feel like before this show ends, before this season ends, we got 8 more episodes. I believe it's 10 episodes per season. We got 8 more episodes. Jada and Darnell going to wind up fucking each other. Okay. I thought they was going to do it last week. I thought they was going to start it off like that. Okay. But I get them till probably episode 6. maybe 7 for something to pop off, okay? Um, but then, Jada went down to this girl's house, got some food, went over there to Tiffany, brought it over there to her, and was telling her how the little speed dating went, and, how it just didn't flow the way that she wanted it to, and she just, wanted to be loved up on, and, she ain't looking for no wham bam, thank you man type of shit, because Tiffany gave her this card to this masseuse, okay? Jada was like, nah, that ain't what I'm into. I don't need my body rubbed down like that for one time. I want to be loved on and all that shit. But let that happen. She went on ahead and called the masseuse thing. And Mama was getting happy endings on top of happy endings because Mama was just sitting there moaning. That would have made me uncomfortable, okay? Like, don't be moaning like that. Do y'all really be getting massages? I ain't never got a massage, okay? Would y'all be getting massages and be moaning and shit like that with the masseuse? Y'all be doing that? Girl, that'll make me so fucking uncomfortable. And especially don't be not my type. I feel so weird. But, he was doing his thing. And I was like, Jada, what you about to do? Because, I mean, you kind of initiating the whole thing. Because you giving off vibes that you want something else to happen. And she turned back around and she saw that he was on hard. Okay. Next thing you know, she was getting her back blown out. Like Tiffany said, you need your back blown out. And she was like, I don't know about that. She was like, girl, it sounds hard, but that shit is good as hell. And Jada understood exactly what that meant. It was so good to both of them. He said, listen, I'm going to give you a discount. You ain't even got to give me no tips or whatever. Mind you, come to find out, Emmy was coming over there to drop off little Brandon. And the old boy was coming out the house. That was his friend from high school. They used to do shit back in the day. Hustle and shit. And when he found out that he fucked his mama, oh, he was pissed off. He going off on Jada. Jada ain't paying no attention to him. I said, your mama is grown. And your mama need love too. She need to bust her nut too, just like you do. Okay, so comment the fuck down. But I did like that little scene. Jada got to get her little groove back somehow. I was happy for her because she was enjoying herself. I said, go ahead, Jada. Meanwhile, the last one that we want to talk about is Luke's character, okay? We first see Luke, in that last week, I was looking at Kevin and Mikhail from the Scorpion Show when they were talking about the shot last 2 videos ago that they put up from last week. And they was talking about Luke's girlfriend. And it was like, is she... And I was like, what you talking about? They never said exactly what it is. It was like, yeah, I kind of clocked it. I was looking at it. And I was like, what the fuck? I was trying to figure it out. I said, is you trying to say that? Is she what? Girl, this episode I clocked it. I said, oh, I said, look at this representation. See, this is one of the reasons why I do fuck with Lena Waithe, okay? Because Lena Waithe would try to put all types of representation into her writings, her show, and don't give a fuck who likes it, okay? She's a queer black woman, and she's putting all aspect of our queerness up into this show, okay? And I love it. So, Luke is with a trans woman. All right. And I was like, oh shit, he getting lined up and everything, they kissing and everything. And shout out to Luke for being comfortable enough with his sexuality and his masculinity to take on a role like this. Okay. Shouts out to him because it's a lot of straight people out here that, especially straight men and straight black men, that would never do nothing like this, and because they fear it may make them look different or whatever the fuck it is, lose fans and all that stuff. So shout out to Luke for taking on this character. And he playing his part because he's playing a part that happens a lot within our community where you have men who are straight who goes with trans women, okay? But they don't want to be looked at as gay, They get into a little argument about having Jay come up in there, Mama was like, he 15 years old, you ain't even ask him if you want to come, And even though they got into their little argument, they calmed it down or whatever. She was like, you're going to take me out. They go to a gay bar. Luke is obviously getting a little bit drunker than he needs to. And you could tell he was a little bit uncomfortable. His character was. And especially when the other guy come up there trying to hit on him. And, he really wasn't trying to. He was like, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, what you mean that ain't you? Do you know where you're at? You're at a gay bar. Okay, well, I ain't gay. And I was like, I get what you're trying to say. And dude called him out. This is what trade does. I always come up in here and this is what happens. You have once again, we get another element of real life that goes on. We have seen stories in a situation where trans women have been with straight guys, and when they find out that there's trans women, if they didn't know, or they act like they didn't know what they did know, they get upset, and some of them may kill them, or get brutalized some type of way, beat up and all that stuff, or just feel threatened with their masculinity and their sexuality and stuff like that. We see it all the time. Okay, and I'm glad that they put this up in here. And Mama had to come through and defuse the situation because Luke was about to get his ass in some trouble, about to beat this boy up, okay? And they had to have a conversation outside, like, listen, I needed to be around my people. He was like, you are my people. It was like, I ain't gay. I just like you. You know what I'm saying? You me and all. I said, see, whew, that is something in itself. A whole nother story in itself to touch on, all right? That fragile masculinity, baby, okay? He was like, to me, you ain't nothing but a woman. Okay, well, you're not gay, but, why disrespect anybody else that's around, all right? It don't threaten you. Like, I don't get it, but it's a mental thing, I guess. Um, so, yeah, we gonna see what's going on with that. Did I touch on everything? I think I did, baby. They better find Keisha. I pray that they find Keisha and they don't drag this out for the next 4 episodes. Find her probably within the next episode. I'll give you 2 more episodes to be looking for Keisha. And when they find Keisha, Keisha better be still here. Okay? We need her to still be here. I do not want to be in my feelings because they found a body and it's hers. I don't want that. I need happy endings, okay? We need to be uplifted in 2020 because 2020 has been throwing us curveballs after right. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that was The Shy. If I missed anything, put it down in the comment. We shall discuss. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure when Rox put her video up, because she is now also Forest Rox, if you know. She is also reviewing The Shy, so y'all go over there after you watch my stuff. She probably have her video up the next day. Y'all go over there and you show her some love, okay? And I will see you guys later. Peace.